Now let's talk about the areas of rhombi and kites. You'll notice here that we have both a kite and a rhombus. And if we draw in the main diagonal of both of them, you will notice that it separates either figure into two congruent triangles by side, side, side. So if we could find the area of one of these triangles, we could multiply that by 2 and have the area of the full figure. Let's call this primary diagonal, diagonal 1. A unique property of both rhombi and kites is that the diagonals are perpendicular. So this second diagonal, we'll call it the secondary diagonal or diagonal 2. It's perpendicular to the first diagonal. So if we take half of it, we will know the height of one of these triangles. Because the nice thing about the primary diagonal of both of these figures is that it bisects the secondary diagonal. So knowing that, the area of a rhombus or a kite is going to be 2 times the area of one of those triangles. The area of one of those triangles, there's the 1/2. The base, which happens to be diagonal 1, times the height. And the height is 1/2 of diagonal 2. Wow, this looks like something out of a nightmare, but it's really not. Because 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4, eliminating one set of parentheses. And 2 times 1/4 is 1/2. So the area of a rhombus or a kite is 1/2 the product of the lengths of the diagonals. Let's put this to use. Let's find the area of this beautiful kite here. You will notice that the primary diagonal is 3 plus 5. So the primary diagonal is 8. And the secondary diagonal is 2. And remember, it's been bisected, so this other half is also 2. So we get 2 plus 2, which is 4. So we now know our two diagonals are 8 and 4. So the area is going to be 1/2 times 8 times 4, which happens to be 16 square units. Remember that if the units are not given to you, to use the word units and then square it, because we need to make sure that we know that this is an area. And the way we do that is with the units squared. Finally, here's an application problem. Gilding is the process of applying a layer of gold to another metal. You will notice that this brooch is roughly a rhombus. And we're told that the diagonals of the brooch measure 6 centimeters and 9 centimeters. So how much gold is required to cover the brooch? And of course that would be the area. So since we're given the lengths of the diagonals, all that we have to do is plug everything into the formula. The area is going to be 1/2 the 9 centimeters times the 6 centimeters. And 1/2 of 6 is 3, and 3 times 9 is 27. And centimeters times centimeters is centimeters squared. So we are going to need 27 square centimeters of gold to gild this brooch. So the area formula for rhombi and kites is actually very easy. You take the lengths of both diagonals, multiply them together, and divide that by 2.